Good morning. Woo! We are so fucking back. What am I talking about? What am I doing? Another arbitrary Danganronpa ranking. I think we all get the drill at this point. This is my life now. I'm a Danganronpa YouTuber. This is who I am. This idea came from a comment I got on one of my previous videos. So shout out to this person. It's an excellent idea, and I'm doing it. Would they get canceled on Twitter.com? Or the internet at large, I guess. It doesn't have to be Twitter specifically. We're doing Danganronpa 1 and 2 characters because I'm not through Danganronpa 3 yet. Normal rules apply. Number 1, general spoiler warning. Number 2, fuck you. Number 3, I have actual memory loss issues. If I make a decision or say something that perhaps contradicts canon, if you call me out on it, you're being ableist. I'm just kidding. I am kidding, but please don't call me a fake fan. I do exactly zero preparation for these videos. Everything is 100% off the cuff. Sometimes I go back and I'm like, well, that didn't really make much sense because of X, Y, and Z in canon. But fuck it. Whatever. If you don't agree with my opinions, you will live. Categories are: an angel, has never done anything wrong, is well liked, has never said anything weird or cancelable, has no allegations, which is a hard one to pull off. Next category is makes mistakes, but it's fine. Maybe this person did something very minor and immediately apologizes and nobody cares. It's totally fine. We're all human. We all make mistakes here. Next category is not online. Next one is canceled momentarily. You know that thing the internet does where they're like, this person sucks, cancel them, and everybody does for like a week, and then everyone forgets because the internet. That. Next category is Jeffree Star canceled. You know how, like, no matter what Jeffree Star does, you just can't get rid of him? Some people, it doesn't matter what they do, you just can't cancel them. Like, it just doesn't stick. And the final tier is maximum canceled. This is career-ending, complete irrelevance cancellation. Like, this person has no fans, they have no money, they live on TikTok Live, begging for however, I don't know how TikTok Live works. Bottom of the barrel cancellation. Doesn't get much worse than this. Alright, first up. Apple Watch, silence. Now is not the time. Monokuma. I feel like Monokuma is not online. Or at least not publicly. He'd have like a burner Twitter. He lurks. I think he thinks the internet's fucking stupid. Especially, like, he hates social media. He'd be like, you fucking kids and your TikTok. Fuck you. Sonia. Sonia is an angel. We love her. She's a princess. Obviously, she's had extensive media training. Sonia is perfect, and I love her. I should cosplay her. Taka. Taka is not online. Taka calls memes memes. The internet is for research and school purposes only. Taka doesn't even know what being canceled is. You'd be like, Taka, so-and-so got canceled on Twitter. And he'd be like, canceled? Is class canceled? Oh, man. Sakura, not online. Actually, no. Sakura is gonna go in an angel. Perhaps she makes, like, workout encouragement videos. I'm not a part of, like, online workout communities. I don't work out. But I feel like there are so many different places to misstep in the online exercise community. People being like, you're doing that wrong, or blah, 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 I know better than you. People being mad at what people wear to the gym. When health influencers start promoting, like, weird eating disorder stuff. Like, I feel like there's so many ways that the workout community can get weird. And Sakura is perfect. She loves working out, she loves being fit, she loves exercising, but not at the risk of your own health. Aoi. Aoi makes mistakes, but it's fine. I feel like she might tweet something iffy out of ignorance, but whatever it was, she'd be like, I am so sorry, everyone. I absolutely had no idea. I am horrified. Please forgive me. And everyone would be like, it's cool. We all make mistakes. It's fine. This might be controversial. Have you ever maybe done this yourself or knew someone who thought that a bad word or a slur wasn't? There was a word that I now know is not okay to say, and it's insulting. But my whole life, I thought it was the actual word for this thing. Like, I did not know it had any bad connotations. I thought that's just what this thing was called. Then, in the past, like, 2 years, I've been seeing online people being like, no, don't call it that, call it this, that's a bad word. And I was like, oh, wow, I did not know that. I feel like Aoi might do that, where she would say something and people would be like, yikes. And she'd be like, wait, what? No, fuck, alright. Chihiro, an angel. Is there anyone more chronically online, literally, than Chihiro? You might think you're chronically online, but was your consciousness uploaded into an AI avatar? No. Mahiru. I want to put her in not online, but she is online. You know, she has like an Instagram for her photographs. She does like a photography TikTok thing. She's on social media, but she does not like participate in social media. You know what I mean? It is strictly for her photograph stuff. Like, she does not engage in internet culture or anything personal like that. It's only for photography reasons. So I'm going to put her in not online because she's not chronically online, you know what I'm saying? Akane. Akane is going to get canceled momentarily. Hear me out. Akane would do the owie thing and say something by accident, but instead of immediately backpedaling, I think she'd want to get a little defensive. You know that thing that people do where when they're embarrassed because they've made a mistake, they double down out of embarrassment. I think Akane might do that a little bit, but then she comes back and she's like, listen, I'm sorry, I was upset, like, I know I was wrong, blah, 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 and it all blows over. So Akane's getting canceled momentarily. It only lasts, like, 4 days. And when, like, a year later, somebody posts about Akane, and somebody else is like, isn't she canceled? That person would get dogpiled and be like, she apologized! Chiaki. Chiaki's an angel. Chiaki is also chronically online. Chihiro. Chiaki has been online enough to know exactly what to do and exactly what not to do. Chiaki has nailed having the perfect online persona. Not that Chiaki would do anything cancelable anyways, but she's definitely aware of how people can misinterpret innocent things. So, Hajime. I'm gonna add a category, hold on. My Apple Watch wants me to stand so bad while I'm doing these videos. It's like, why don't you stand up for a minute? Why don't you fuck off? I'm trying to peddle Danganronpa bullshit to a bunch of other chronically online people who definitely aren't standing every hour. Normal online, presence. Alright, that's where Mahiru is going. Normal online presence. Alright, I don't know what that was all about. Normal online presence. So Mahiru's going there. Hajime is going there. Normal. Not famous. He has a regular dude Instagram where he posts like once a year. Stop making me stand. I'm not gonna stand. Kyoko. Not online. She's online if it needs to suit her detective work. She has burner accounts, but she only checks them when it is necessary. Guess what? I need to piss. My pee was good. Thank you for asking. Makoto. Makoto has a perfectly normal online presence. He is a lot like Hajime, where he posts like once every in a blue moon. Totally normal. And Hajime would never get canceled anyways because... Not Hajime, Jesus. Makoto would never get canceled anyways because he is an angel and my son, and I love him. Sayaka. Sayaka is an angel. She's like, she's a fucking pop star. She has media training. She knows. Also, what's she gonna get canceled over? Murder. Nekomaru. Nekomaru, sort of like Sakura, makes like motivational content, workout content, very uplifting. You'd think such a ripped bro man type would have like that rise and grind type energy and you'd be like, all right, relax. But nah, he's chill. He'd be like, take a day for yourself, man. Mental health is just as important. And you'd be like, wow, cool. Putting him in an angel. Ibuki. Ibuki makes mistakes, but it's fine. Not the same kind of mistakes that Aoi and Akane do, but more like sometimes when she replies to comments, it might come off as rude accidentally or weird. Like maybe she comments something too personal on somebody else's post and people are like, oh, that's weird. She doesn't think before she posts or comments, and then she'll come back to it a few hours later and be like, that was weird, wasn't it? So makes mistakes, but it's fine. Like when she does that, people are like, and And she's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking, this is weird. And people are like, oh, okay, cool. The imposter. The imposter has frozen my iPad. The imposter is refusing to cooperate. He's not online. Bro is an enigma. Mondo. I don't think Mondo's online. I have a friend who, like, refuses to have social media, but we, the rest of the friend group, have a Instagram group chat, and that's the only reason he has Instagram. It's like a total burner account, and it's just so he can see the stuff in the group chat and, like, the memes that we send, and he'll send memes too. That's Mondo. Mondo doesn't actually have, like, internet presence, but every once in a while he'll hop on the Instagram Explore page, fire off something funny into the group chat, and then, like, disappear for a week. Like, he's not online, truly, but he is, like, 1% online. If Mondo was more online, he might get canceled a little bit, just for being, like, unnecessarily aggressive sometimes, but... Gundam! Gundam is not on the internet. Somebody tried to make Gundam get social media, and he was so fed up with the process of making an account, he was like, this is fucking stupid. This is for mortals! Toko. I feel like Toko should have her own category where she has, like, a secret online presence. What she posts would be controversial outside of her specific internet community, but because whatever internet community she's in is, like, tight-knit, it doesn't really escape that bubble. Maybe she has a Tumblr for yaoi. Who knows? I'm gonna put her in not online. I can see the idea of having access to so many strangers and having so many strangers having access to her stressing her the fuck out. Like, she's not great socially, and she's always like, you must hate me. That kind of person is not going to do well when they have a gazillion eyes on them and their eyes on a gazillion people, as is the internet. So I'm going to say Toko's not online for her own sanity. Byakuya! I feel like Byakuya would find social media stupid and beneath him, but he would also become addicted to fighting people online because he needs to be right. I think Byakuya is Jeffree Star canceled. Like, he's perpetually canceled, but he also can't be stopped. Like, he gets into fights with so many people online, and he's known as classless. And, like, he also hates himself for it because it goes against everything he has learned as the ultimate rich Nippo baby protege. But, like, he's addicted. It's an addiction. Byakuya, go to rehab. He's also incredibly easy to bait. One of these guys has got to have a burner account where they're just like, Byakuya is stupid, and he's like, fuck you! Soda is canceled momentarily. He comments something off-kilter once, and just, like, the kind of upset responses threw him off and upset him so badly he deleted his social media and never thought about it ever again. And everybody forgot immediately, and it, like, wasn't a big deal at all. But he was like, oh my god, everybody fucking hates me! I'll never get women now! Yeah, that's what was preventing you from getting women, Soda. Soda is canceled momentarily. Soda cancels himself. Leon. I feel like Leon has a normal online presence. Like, he just posts random photos of shit. Doesn't really comment. He'll, like, comment on his friends' posts, maybe, but he doesn't interact with the internet at large. Celeste. Celeste is Jeffree Star canceled. You know when someone gets canceled and it creates this, like, counter reaction where in being canceled by the larger population, they gain an audience of weirdos who are, like, these contrarian, strange, like, Celeste gets canceled for something, and people who have never heard of Celeste in their entire lives see that she's getting canceled, and they're like, I stand with Celeste. I see it in real life a lot, where, like, people will get canceled and they'll gain this counter audience of weirdos that just, like, want to support the bad guy for some reason. That's Celeste. Celeste cannot be canceled. She says whatever she wants. Celeste, initially, had a, like, decent internet presence. She just posts and never replies to anybody ever. She has a large following because it's a neat sort of niche that, like, she's this cool, gothic Lolita girl who is also, like, the world's best gambler. And then an old video from a gambling match, tournament, I don't know, surfaces, and maybe she, like, flips a table or acts like a total tool or calls somebody a slur or something, and she gets canceled. And in that cancellation, she gains a new weird audience of, like, 40-year-old men. But she's still, like, around and rich, and people love her. Celeste is Jeffree Star. Hero. Hero is not online because he got extremely sucked into a conspiracy theory spiral on Facebook, and everyone had to come together and forcibly remove him from social media because he started freaking out. And I don't mean, like, regular conspiracy theories like the earth is flat. I mean, like, I went into this rabbit hole of archaeology conspiracy theories on Facebook once, and I found what is my personal favorite, which is the earth used to be occupied by a species of giants. They were an advanced civilization, and something wiped them out. I don't know what. And all mountains are melted brick buildings from their ancient civilization. I don't know how brick melts, but that's the thing. And then all funny shaped rocks and boulders and stuff are petrified organs from this giant species. The more you know. Yeah, Hero falls into, like, the niche shit, and it's getting real weird. And, like, Hero doesn't realize this because he's Hero, but when you go into the conspiracy theory sphere, at first they're funny, and then you start to realize very quickly that a lot of them are coming from a place of racism. And Hero does not realize this, but everyone else does, that, like, Hero's like inches away from a dark path. So Hero is no longer online. He has been forcibly removed from the internet. Genocide Jack. I feel like I have to maximum cancel her based on principle. She makes a Twitter. She goes on a Kanye-style rant and then deletes Twitter. But it is so absurd that it is never forgotten. Junko. Junko is Jeffree Star canceled. The people love to hate her. She's terrible in every way, shape, and form. She is irredeemable in the eyes of the internet. But every time she posts a YouTube video, it gets 1 million views in like an hour. If you're not familiar with the term, I don't know if you pronounce it LOL cow or lol cow. It is a person who everyone loves to laugh at on the internet. They're usually terrible people. They're very cringe. They are not aware that they are terrible and cringe. They think they have a bunch of fans. Like, Ash Trevino is one of them. Like, she thinks everybody is her fan when actually she only gets views because people are making fun of her because she's awful. Junko is like the self-aware version of that. She lives off of it. She loves that she's canceled. Loves it. She absolutely loves it. She actively does shit to make her more canceled. Teru Teru. Teru Teru was very popular. He rose to fame very fast, and like Icarus, he fell very fast. He started, like, food-based social media. People loved it. People went to his restaurant. Very successful, very fast. And then shit of him being a sexual deviant was leaked, and he was maximum canceled for being a freak. Hifumi. Remember that thing I just said about Toko, where I feel like she would be in her own sphere of the internet, where perhaps to a larger audience the shit that she would post would be offbeat, but because she is in this bubble, nobody cancels her because she's so tight in this internet community. I feel like that's Hifumi. Hifumi is deep in the trenches of forums and shit like that, where there are other people like him, therefore he is not being canceled, but the world at large would cancel him for being weird. I'm gonna put him in not online, because he is not publicly online in the grander scheme of things. He's on his secret forums and shit, and therefore is uncancelable, because there's nobody there who's gonna see him be weird and cancel him. Hyoko. Hyoko is a lol cow, LOL cow. I don't know how you're supposed to say it, but she is not aware of it like Junko. She thinks everyone loves her. She thinks these people are her fans. She thinks the hate comments are jealousy. She calls people ugly, fat cow bitches. And she's like, they love me for my honesty. And it's like, Hyoko, they're commenting your home address. Like, I think you're gonna get murdered. She is maximum canceled. Because she's not even, like, fun to hate and observe. I mean, she's a little bit. Alter Ego. Alter Ego is an angel. There's nobody more chronically online than the person who cannot live beyond the internet. Mikan. Mikan is not online for everyone's safety. Mikan discovers the idea of... How do you pronounce it? Hold on. Mikan discovers the concept of Munchausen by proxy. I've always been saying Munchausen, but Google says it's pronounced Munchausen. Mikan discovers the concept of Munchausen by proxy. Maybe she watches a documentary on Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and she's like, that's a good idea. Mikan is not allowed to be online. She gets ideas. Mukuru Ikusaba, not online. This is if the Winter Soldier was a teenage girl. Not online. Nagito. Nagito is going to get canceled momentarily, because such is life. Nagito and his funny luck. The bad luck is that it gets canceled, and the good luck is that it's fine. But he's canceled for a minute. So, Nagito. Fuyuhiko. Fuyuhiko makes mistakes, but it's fine. We love him. It's cool. I think Fuyuhiko's big mistake is sometimes he comes on a little aggressive-like, and then he's like, I'm cool, I'm sorry. You upset me? I was being aggressive? Not okay. Very sorry. And everyone's like, oh, thank you. Azuru. Bro is not online. Azuru is like Ultron, where he looked at the internet for approximately one fraction of a second and was like, it must burn. For everyone's safety, Azuru does not go on the internet. He doesn't like it. There's nothing interesting for him on the internet, except for coolmathgames.com. Peko Hiyama. Peko, not online. She doesn't give a shit. Peko maybe has a burner account to see if everything's cool with Fuyuhiko online. Girl's not online. Here is the final results. There are far more people who made it out fine in this tier list than I thought they would. I thought, like, everybody was gonna get canceled. But I was feeling generous today. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone's support and love they've been giving me on these videos mean the absolute world to me. I never, ever saw this coming. If you like this style video, I have others. I have a whole playlist of them at this point. Who goes there? Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything. I love you so much. Have a great day. Goodbye.